So today we're going to talk about when your partner isn't conscious or isn't spiritual, right? And so conscious means different things to different people, but for the most part, many people think of consciousness as, spiritual awakening, awakening the etheric body or the light body, right? So we've been in sleep mode for a long time that we didn't even realize we have this light body that has a really strong intuition that connects us to the source, right? So sometimes it's difficult when we're in a partnership and the other person is, in some organized religion, or maybe they don't even know what they believe in. Because once upon a time, I was the unconscious person, I was the unconscious partner. So right after high school, I'm 26 now, we're 26 now, but right after high school, I got with my partner and he was into palm reading and he told me his aunt did tarot, and I actually had gotten into tarot and was looking at, I kind of knew about witchcraft just because being in a Hispanic household, sometimes my mom would get limpias when she wasn't feeling good. And, once upon a time, my parents were getting divorced. And one lady, the lady that my dad was cheating on my mom with, was actually doing witchcraft on us. And so we realized this because she was bringing things into our home, and then we had people who were cleaning us telling us, hey, do you have this item in your house, that was given to you by your father or by that person? And so, we did, and there was a lot of spell work, that was tearing up my family. So in resentment, I kind of started learning about magic, but never really got like spiritual. I didn't end up doing any spells because my light body, my consciousness was telling me not to do any spells on people. But I really, was aware of that stuff. So when I met him, I was like, wow, this person knows some stuff. But I wasn't aware of what God meant to me. So I knew about some occultic stuff, but I wasn't ready to talk about my purpose or anything. So my partner would always try and ask me like what my intentions were, what my purpose was, or what I wanted out of life. And so I told him how I wanted to be successful, but I never really told him, about myself or my own motives, like real intentions, like the root of the way that I thought. And so he opened me up to that part, and we just started growing spiritually ever since. So it's been like 7 years now. But I understand it can be difficult because at first I was always partying, and he was already, he was straight edge, and he was already all about really just focusing on the purpose of life. And I was all about needing to escape this matrix, right? So I was always partying, I was always going out with friends, and he always read their energy and knew that they weren't like really there for me. They were there for the fun. And so this is something that I think you can really help your other partner with. You can really let them understand their surroundings, because if you're conscious, if you're saying that you're spiritually aware and you're looking for a video to try to find an answer for your partner's path, then let me just start by telling you, you yourself, if you're spiritually aware, you must know that everything is about intentions, right? Not just healing people, but what is your intention with things? What are your motives? What kind of energy field do you want to have? Because then you have to start adjusting your environment. You have to start questioning and looking at the people around you, even family members. If they're too toxic, you have to either be patient or get out. Go and find your own place where you can be yourself, where people are not judging your spirituality. Because I had to leave my mom's house because they were judging the way that we were. Even at my mother-in-law's house, they were judging us for being vegetarian, judging us for not wanting to buy presents on Christmas, little things like that. So what level are you at, and what level do you want to be at? Where are you trying to go? Always ask your partner, what is their intention in the relationship? What do you want out of this? What do you think the meaning of life is? And if they don't know these answers, because usually religion doesn't give you a straight answer. Religion is more like you have to just obey. And a lot of us light workers understand that there is more to it than that. And so I would always say, if your partner's not conscious and you really want them to open up, ask them to start focusing or just understanding their own intentions when they do things. What's your intention going to that job? What's your intention, 10 years from now in this relationship? What's your intention, on the weekends? What do you want out of this and that? So asking questions really opens their mind up. feeding them conspiracy theories and feeding them information that they don't understand yet doesn't help. You have to understand that to change people's exterior, they have to change their internal first. So don't go and show them all this external information. Show them all this stuff that you can only prove on the exterior of your body, right? Showing them about fake news and fake attacks, or, like how there's like hidden giant bones that they're hiding from us, just different conspiracies, different things that show that our government is corrupt, there is a spiritual warfare going on. All of that is one thing that can open up their mind a little bit, but I'm telling you, nothing opens up their mind more than getting inside of them and just trying to get them to understand themselves, like really showing them what the power of changing internally is, because that's spiritual awakening. Your exterior doesn't change until you start changing your insides, right? The way you think, the foods that you eat. So show them proof and things that can help them be healthy internally first, because if you're helping them as a person internally, if you're helping their soul, that matters way more than if you're trying to show them or prove them wrong from their beliefs. If you're trying to prove them that Obama really is corrupt, whatever it is, they don't care about those things. They want you to show that you care about them, because then it's like, what, your path is no different than religion. You just want me to obey and see my wrongdoing. And it's not like that. It's about growing together. So your relationship might even be at a standpoint right now, because the way that the planets are moving, there's a lot of stillness happening in relationships, or a lot of fighting going on, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be shed. If you're in a deep relationship, you need to shed yourself of your past traumas in your past relationships, in your childhood, sexual traumas, all of these things you need to let go, and you need to forgive yourself for before your relationship can really get better, because that may be triggering things in your relationship right now. So my biggest advice when dealing with conscious couples is really, showing them that you care about them on the inside, that you want them to see their power, their greatness from within, so they can start seeing that externally. So I didn't want to make it too complicated. I hope this helps some people. I'll probably have different strategies in a different video, but I just wanted you to understand the basics of, when someone is awake, when someone's not awake, what does that really mean, So find the balance within that. If you're really awake and they're really not, where's the balance? Are you guys meeting each other halfway? If they're not willing to do things for you, or they're not willing to see your truth or willing to really get better for you, then sometimes it's really hard, but those you have to let go of. And the inside of you always knows the answer. Your inside always knows whether you're supposed to stay or you're supposed to go. And you keep looking for that answer externally from the outside. You keep looking for readers and for signs. But if the answer is within you, sometimes you just don't really want to come to terms with it. So yeah, have a good week. Have a good day. Have a good relationship. Have a good, communication with everyone around you today. And I hope you can subscribe to my channel, or you can actually find me on Instagram. I'm more active there at Illuminated Wisdom. And I will keep posting more videos here because I miss YouTube. Bye.